Hello and welcome to the Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. We're back again with another Lakers pregame show. Tonight they take on the Portland Trail Blazers. I hope it's not like it's been lately. We just have to really just temper our expectations right now. Right now the Lakers are really struggling with the injuries and things like that. And I know right now it's not looking too good, but I do have them on the stream and I'm going to add them now. And we're going to hear from Coach Vogel here in a moment. So we got Big Baby, Loyal. We ready. Thank you, Big Baby. We ready, man. And we have to get you on the show sometime later on today, too, just kind of talk about the game a little bit. But we're waiting on Coach Vogel to take the podium, and we're going to hear live from him about the expectations of the game. I do have a prepared question. Lately, I haven't been able to get these questions in, with so many media members on, and I'm kind of like the low man. So hopefully, I can be able to get my question off and be able to ask what I want to ask, and so y'all can be able to hear the question that I have to ask and the answer, live from Coach Vogel. But tonight should be a nice game. Hopefully, we're going to be okay heading into playoffs. Got a little bit of a late start today, but we're ready. I was hoping we were able to get on right when the stream started. They're 2 hours behind my time, so right now in LA it's about 5:30 and it's 7:30 here. So we got Coach Vogel, he's on, so we're gonna go ahead and head there.
We are ready to go when you're ready.
All right. Hey, Coach. We're going to start off with Mike Trudell.
Good. Hey, what's up, Frank? I wanted to start with Anthony Davis and his availability for tonight.
He's available and good to go.
And then I saw Caruso was listed as questionable as well. Do you have a status update for him?
Yeah, so he has a foot contusion. And it's not sure where exactly it happened or at what point in the game it happened last night, but it really got sore after the game. And he wants to play, but it is very, very sore. And, we're going to give him the opportunity to be in there, but, we're not really sure how that's going to go. If it's really giving him a problem, he may not be able to finish the game, but he definitely wants to be in there and he's going to start.
So this seems like a familiar conversation, right? Being down playmakers and now the guy that's trying to come in and play. Frank, what are, if any, counters to the way like the game started yesterday where it seemed like you guys were having trouble penetrating that aggressive defense and how do you guys piece through that in a game like tonight?
Yeah, we just got to be better with turnovers and, our pass and shot offense. It doesn't always have to be, pick and roll and dribble penetration. Obviously, we've started to play through Drummond the low post as well. With Anthony, the plan was to obviously play through him, most of the night, and it didn't play out that way with him not being available. So, again, the plan will be obviously to play through Anthony as much as possible. Everybody on the perimeter will be empowered to be playmakers, and got to do it by committee.
And then defensively, Frank, how much can you guys replicate the game plan that seemed to work pretty well against Portland last year, just given some of the personnel that's out and some of the personnel that's different?
Yeah, well, it's definitely a challenge. Obviously, not having Bron back there, I think one of the biggest things is when we took the ball out of Dame's hands, having AD and LeBron on the back line, really, gave us a presence at the rim and scrambling out of rotations. So not having Bron out there is obviously different. We got to mix pitches. We can't try to give him a steady diet throughout the course of the night. But just we just got to make things difficult for him as much as possible.
Kyle.
Hey, Frank. Obviously AD was tremendous for you guys last year in the playoffs, and has shown signs of becoming that dominant player again. And the Denver win Monday was signs of that. What's sort of the key in your view for AD to get out to a good start on the way to kind of being that level of player for you guys again?
He's got to continue to be assertive, and we have to be able to deliver him the ball. The bigs are dependent in this league, and we got to be able to deliver him the ball in scoring positions. And he's got to have the mindset to dominate both sides of the ball. That's when he's at his best. He hasn't been at his best defensively while he's still trying to get his legs under him and find his rhythm and timing, really on both sides of the ball. And, that's just something that we're playing through. The number one thing I think to get there is time, which we don't have much of. So we'll just make the best of it.
Bill?
Good evening, Frank. Not you, sorry. Anthony said last night that that this is the biggest game left of the year and that the play-in is something that you guys would rather avoid. But then he also said maybe there's a silver lining and that the play-in, because you guys haven't had games together and you need games, that it could actually be a good thing for you. So I'm curious for you, which one is it? Is this the biggest game left in the season and the play-in something to be avoided, or is it something that could actually be a blessing in the end?
Yeah, for me, I'm unafraid of the play-in tournament with this team. I feel like we can beat anybody, but we definitely want to finish in the top 6. There's just too many things that can happen in a one-game series. Foul trouble, and roll of an ankle, anything like that, could pop up. So, we definitely want to finish in the top 6. It's a high priority for us. But at the same time, if we end up in the play-in tournament, I'm confident in our group. There might be a small silver lining in a couple more games, or a game or two of this group playing with each other. But I think that's minimal. And to me, this is a tiebreaker game. Counts twice. Because we're one game up in the standings with the tiebreaker, which means counts twice. So it is a bigger game than usual from that regard.
Dave?
Frank, when will you know about LeBron's status for the Phoenix game, and what will it take to determine that status?
We'll communicate tomorrow with where he's at. We just wanted to get through these games, knowing he was going to be out this one. And, we're really literally evaluating things on a day-to-day basis and trying to figure out as his ankle progresses, how much do we want to get him in there for rhythm and timing versus potentially agitating the ankle. You know what I mean? And just something we're evaluating every day. And, I'm sure we'll have conversations about the Phoenix game tomorrow.
Last question. Dan?
Frank, obviously, you said you guys want to play through Anthony as much as possible. At times when you guys have gotten him a lot in the block, like things kind of stop a little bit around him. How important is it to still play with motion and pace? Or is it possible to play with motion and pace when you play through a big guy the way that you guys are going to try to do tonight?
Of course. Our post offense is a 5-man offense. In particular, if we're going to see double teams. So, you get the ball inside to him. You first explore some cuts, and then you get to your spots and read if there's single coverage or double coverage. And if there's double coverage, we're all on the move. And then we're playing to attack in a 4-on-3 type of situation. So, definitely want to have some movement. In particular if we're seeing double teams in a low post.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. See you guys post-game.
Thanks, T.
All right, there you have it. That was Coach Vogel. Very optimistic about that play-in game. I didn't really see the silver lining in them playing the play-in game, but it'll give them enough time, rhythm, and things like that to get these guys back and, have that, So, of course, you want to finish in the top 6, but being optimistic about playing in that play-in game, look at it a different perspective, so they'll be able to get some runs together and things like that. So I didn't really look at it in that context when I heard the comment about Anthony Davis and then how Frank Vogel kind of talked about it a little bit. He's unafraid of the play-in game. But, if they get the play-in game, I do have full confidence that the Lakers could get this done. I put them in front of anybody when the stakes are really high. This team is really deep in depth. and the playoffs is different. You know, I know that as Laker fans, we want to push the panic button. We have high expectations, rightfully so. You know, they're the reigning NBA champions. You know, they hang championship banners. You know, you go in Staples, they have 18 championship banners. So we really want to kind of temper the expectations a little bit. You know, what they're dealing with. They have injuries and stuff like that. I mean, every team has injuries. You know, make no excuses about it. But a lot of this situation, you know, the chips didn't fall the way that we expected at the beginning of the season. It was a short off season. You know, we can throw everything out there, but that's the facts. Playoffs roll around, when that ball goes up, the mentality is we have Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and your team don't. We went through a 9-year playoff drought prior to the championship last year. So we need to really, you know, put this in proper context. I know that this team is deep. It has all the talent in the world, and the record is not conducive to what this team represents. Once that playoff starts and the Lakers are in it, it's going to be different. So we need to really, you know, think of it in that context. This team is deep. They have great coaching staff. A lot of them are former head coaches. They're making sure that this team is going to be right for the playoffs. You know, that we really want them to get this win tonight because it's going to really do a lot as far as the standings and as far as where they're placing right now. But, you know, as a fan of the Lakers and, you know, as a supporter and things like that over the last 20 some odd years, you know, it's not going to stop me from being a fan if they don't get the championship this year. You know, I'm going to root for them next year, and the year after that. You know, I'm a Laker fan. But we just need to really just temper the expectations, chill a little bit. We got LeBron James, making sure everything is right for the playoffs, make sure that ankle's straight. We got, you know, other players that's banged up. We get those guys back. They're going to be fresh and ready to go. You know, they're, you know, they got they're using that time to be able to, you know, get their bodies right. And I have no doubt in my mind that the Lakers are going to hoist that championship trophy at the end of this season. Make no mistake about it. Laker fans, we're going to be all right. That's it for pregame. Catch you in postgame. Peace.
If you love the Out of Bounds Sports